Everybody, shalom, shalom, shalom. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Rise and Scripts. Next episode of Rise and Scripts. What up with y'all today? Man, we out here. I'm out here. Ooh-wee. I'm up. Feeling better today. But my eye was poo-wee. My eye had that pew on it. But, we out here, man. A beautiful day to start. A beautiful day up and at 'em, man. If you got breath to breathe and you have everything you need to succeed. So let's succeed, man. Let's succeed today. We got shit to do. Up and at 'em. So let's hit it with Rise and Scripts, man. Before we get into Rise and Scripts, we're gonna get back into Ecclesiasticus today, or Sirach. The book of Sirach, we're gonna read chapter 34 through 39, maybe 40, but 34 through 39 for sure. We're going to do that. 34 through 39. Oh, man. I might start on chapter 13 this morning, too, as well. We're going to say, today. Today we're going to start on chapter 13. I just don't know what time. I don't know what time in the Black Jacobins. We're almost done with the book. We're on the ass end of the book, baby. We're on the ass end of the book. And I need to find a time for the... reading with or the children's section, so we can get started on Desmond Cole, the Ghost Patrol. Desmond Cole. Desmond Cole, Ghost Patrol, baby. We'll start reading, trying to do something for the children. A children's hour. Children's hour. Read about Mr. Desmond Cole, probably. We'll see. I just got to find a time for it. But right now, the time is for the Rise and Scripts, baby. Let's get up and Rise and Scripts today. Let's Rise and Scripts today. So we're going to start off with the books of the Bible, man. We'll start off with the books of the Bible before we get into Rise and Scripts. Well, we'll be hitting off Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapters 34 through 39. Books of the Bible. Do you know them all? Can you say them all without looking? Do you know them? Mm-hmm. Some of us, I remember these are things we used to go over daily. Not daily, especially during the summertime for vacation Bible school and stuff like that. Let's get it. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, there we go, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, 1st Esther, 2nd Esther, Tobit, Judith, the rest of Esther, the Wisdom of Solomon, the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, which we're going to read into today. Baruch, the Song of the Three Holy Children, the history of Susanna, Bel and the Dragon, the prayer of Manasseh, 1 Maccabees, 2 Maccabees, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Colossians, Philippians, 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Hebrews, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Jude, and Revelations. And those are the books of the Bible. Those are the books of the Bible. Shalom. Shalom, shalom from Russia. Shalom, what up? How y'all doing? Welcome to Rise and Scripts. Welcome to Rise. Those are the books of the Bible, man. Those are the books of the Bible. Can you say them? Can you quote them? Do you know them back to back? A lot of people don't. A lot of people claim to know the Bible, but they don't even know the books in that thing. Anyway, let's get to the book of Ecclesiastes. We're going to start in chapter 34. We're going to pick back up in chapter 34, and we're going to read to chapter 39. 34 to 39 is what we're going to do today. And we'll come back at another time for something else. Shalom all the way in Russia. Russia. Chapter 34. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and the dreams lift up fools. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow, and followeth after the wind. The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, and even as the likeness of a face to a face. Of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false, what true can come? Divinations and soothsayings and dreams are vain, and the heart fancieth as a woman's heart in travail. If they be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation, set not thy heart upon them, for dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them. The law shall be found perfect without lies, and wisdom is perfection to a faithful mouth. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. He that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath traveled is full of prudence. When I traveled, I saw many things, and I understood more than I can express. I was oftentimes in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things. The spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. And whosoever feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom doth he look, and who is his strength. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him, and he is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, and a preservation from stumbling, and an help from falling. He raiseth up the soul and lighteneth the eyes, and he giveth health, life, and blessing. And he that sacrificeth of the thing wrongful gotten, has his offering is ridiculous, and the gifts are unjust. The gifts of unjust men are not accepted. The Most High is not pleased with offerings of the wicked, neither is he pacified for sin by the multitude of sacrifices. And whoso bringeth an offering of the goods or of the poor doeth as one that killeth the son before his father's eyes. The bread of the needy is their life, and he that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a blood shedder. When one buildeth and another one pulleth down, what profit have they then both but labor? When one prayeth and another one curseth, whose voice will the Lord hear? He that washeth himself after the touching of the dead body, if he touch it again, what availeth his washing? So is it with man that fasteth for his sins and goeth again and doeth the same. Who will hear his prayer? Or what doth his humbling profit him? Chapter 25. He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough, and he that taketh heed to the commandment offereth a peace offering. He that requiteth a good turn offereth fine flour, and he that giveth alms sacrificeth praise. To depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord, and to forsake unrighteousness is appropriation. That's a good one. Definitely a good one. To depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord. People don't think that. Well, I can't just do what I want to do. And to forsake unrighteousness is appropriation. Propitiation. Let's see what propitiation means. Propitiation. Propitiation.
Here's the definition of propitiation. The action of propitiating or appeasing a god, spirit, or person.
Atonement, especially that of Christ, a propitiation. He lifted his hands in propitiation. He lifted his hands in appeasing. He lifted his hands, yes, in appeasing. In appeasing of a god, a spirit, or a person. A propitiation. Thou shalt not appear empty before the Lord, for all these things are to be done because of the commandment. The offering of the right maketh the altar fat, and the sweet savor thereof is before the Most High. The sacrifice of a just man is acceptable, and the memorial thereof shall never be forgotten. Give the Lord his honor with a good eye, and diminish not the first fruits of thine hands. In all thy gifts shew a cheerful countenance, and dedicate thy tithes with gladness. And thy tithes is your food, not your money. In all thy gifts shew a cheerful countenance, and dedicate thy tithes with gladness. Give unto the Most High according as he hath enriched thee, and as thou hast gotten, give with a cheerful eye. For the Lord recompenseth and will give thee 7 times as much. And do not think to corrupt with gifts, for such he will not receive. And trust not to unrighteous sacrifices, for the Lord is judge, and with him is no respect of persons. He will not accept any person against a poor man, but will hear the prayer of the oppressed. He will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow, when she poureth out her complaint. Do not the tears run down the widow's cheeks, and is not her cry against him that causeth them to fall? He that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, and till it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart, till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he hath taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous, till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of the men according to their devices, till he have judged the cause of his people, and made them to rejoice in his mercy. Mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction, and as clouds of rain in the time of drought. Chapter 36. Having mercy upon us, O Lord God, and of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. And let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O God. Shew new signs, and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath, and take away the adversary, and destroy the enemy. Make the time short. Remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Smite in sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say, there is none other but we. And gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit thou them as from the beginning. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named the firstborn. O be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, the place of thy rest. And fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles, and thy people with the glory. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. O Lord, hear the prayer of thy servants according to the blessings of Aaron over thy people, that all they which dwell upon the earth may know that thou art the Lord, the eternal God. The belly devoureth all meats, yet is one meat better than another. Damn right. One meat is better than another. The clean is better than unclean. I'm going to put that one in yellow. As the plate tasted divers kinds of venison, so doth an heart of understanding false speeches. A froward heart causeth heaviness, but a man of experience will recompense him. And a woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than the other. A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than the other. Mark that one too. Favoritism. The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. That's what Esther did to the king. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men? He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. Where no hedge is, there is the possession, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Like me, oh, need me a good wife. Oh, Lord. Oh, where's she at? Oh, I'm trying to hear them sweet words. Oh, I'm trying to see her beauty. Oh, Lord. Let me redo highlight some of these. I already had them highlighted. Who will trust a thief well appointed that skippeth from city to city? So who will believe a man that hath no house and lodgeth wheresoever the night taketh him? Chapter 37. Oh, Lord. Chapter 37. Every friend saith, I am his friend also, but there is a friend which is only a friend in name. Is it not a grief unto death when a companion, a friend, is turned to an enemy? O wicked imagination, whence camest thou when to cover the earth with deceit? And there is a companion which rejoiceth in the prosperity of a friend, but in the time of trouble will be against him. Man. There is a companion which helpeth his friend for the belly, and taketh up the buckler against the enemy. Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches. Yep, when you got it, don't forget about that good friend. Every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself. Yeah, already. Let's remark these. You gotta watch who you talk to, man. Gotta watch who you talk to. Beware of a counselor, and know before what need he hath, for he will counsel for himself, lest he cast a lot upon thee. Don't counsel with everybody. and say unto thee, thy way is good, and afterwards he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee. Consult not with one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. Don't tell all your people all your business. Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous, and neither with a coward in matters of war, neither with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with a buyer of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness, and nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness, nor with the slothful for any work, nor with a hireling for a year of finishing work, and nor with an idle servant of much business. Hearken not unto these in any manner of counsel. Yeah, watch who you counsel with. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord. Key. Be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. And let the counsel of thine own heart stand, for there is no man more faithful unto thee than it. For a man's mind is sometimes wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above on the high tower. And above all this, pray to the Most High that he will direct thy way and in truths. Let reason go before every enterprise, and counsel before every action. Sit down, contemplate your stuff. Think about what you're going to do before you do it. The countenance is a sign of changing of the heart. And 4 manner of things appear, good and evil, life and death, but the tongue ruleth over them continually. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. And also watch your mouth. Good and evil, life and death, but the tongue ruleth over them continually. There is one that sheweth wisdom in words and is hated, and he shall be destitute of all food. For grace is not given him from the Lord, because he is deprived of all wisdom. And another is wise to himself, and the fruits of understanding are commendable in his mouth. And a wise man instructed his people, and the fruits of his understanding fail not. A wise man shall be filled with blessing, and all they that see him shall count him happy. The days of the life of a man may be numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable. A wise man shall inherit the glory among his people, and his name shall be perpetual. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, and neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. Don't overdo it. Don't eat too much. All them sweets and shit. For excess of meat bringeth sickness, and suffering will turn to choler into choler. By suffering have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. No one to say, no, I'm good. No, thank you. I had enough. This is fine. A little is sufficient. Don't pile your plate high. This ain't all you could eat buffet. Too much meat brings sickness. Chapter 38. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him. For the Lord hath created him. For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. Be in admiration. And the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? And he hath given men skill, that he might be honored in his marvelous works. With such doth he heal men, and taketh away their pains. And such doth the apothecary make the confection, and of his works with there is no end. And from him is peace over all earth. My son, if thou sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. Leave off from sin, and order thy hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. Give a sweet savor and a memorial of fine flour, and make the fat offering as not being. Then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him, and let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. There is a time when in their hands there is good success. For they shall also pray unto the Lord, that he would prosper that, which they have for ease and remedy to prolong life. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. And my son, let tears fall down over the dead, and begin to lament, as if thou hadst suffered great harm thyself. And then cover his body according to the custom, and neglect not to his burial. Weep bitterly, and make great moan, and use lamentation, as he is worthy, and that a day or two, lest thou be evil spoken of, and then comfort thyself for thy heaviness. For the heaviness cometh death, for of heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength. And in affliction also sorrow remaineth, and the life of the poor is the curse of the heart. Take no heaviness to heart, drive it away, and remember the last end, and forget it not, for there is no turning again. Thou shalt not do him good, but hurt thyself. Remember my judgment, for thine also shall be so, and yesterday for me, and today for thee. When the dead is at rest, let his remembrance rest, and be comforted for him, when his spirit is departed from thee. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. When you got time, take the time to learn some shit. Take the time to read. Take the time to ponder. Take the time to reflect. For wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. And he that hath little business shall become wise. You ain't doing a lot. You ain't got shit to do. Learn some shit. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow? How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow? And that glorieth in the goad, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks. He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kine fodder. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut the grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, and watch to finish a work. The smith also sitting on by the anvil, and considering the ironwork, the vapor of the fire wasted his flesh. And if fighteth he, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. So doth the potter sitting at his work and turning the wheel about with his feet, who is always carefully set at his work, and maketh all his work by number. He fashioneth the clay with his arm, and boweth down his strength before his feet. He applieth himself to lead it over, and he is diligent to make clean the surface. All these trust in their hands, and every one is wise in his work. They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken. But they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft. Chapter 39. Yeah, they got a lot of time on their hands to be sitting down counseling people. They got work to do. Chapter 39. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek. Oh, shalom, my son, shalom. How you feeling today?
Good.
All praises.
It's just mine.
Okay. All praises. I'm so glad that the Most High allowed you to open your eyes another day. And as long as you have breath to breathe, my son, then you have all you need to succeed. Can you breathe?
Yes, sir.
Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
I know you can talk.
Yes, sir.
Can you feel?
Yes, sir.
You walked?
Yes,
Oh, you got everything you need to succeed, man. You got everything you need to succeed. I love you.
Wait.
Boom. There we go.
I'm behind the bed.
That's fine. Is DJ up? Hey, y'all can go ahead and get ready and get y'all schoolwork started. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve again among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding, and he shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. He shall direct his counsel in knowledge, and in his secrets shall he meditate. He shall shew forth that which he hath learned, and shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Many shall commend his understanding, and so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from generation to generation. Nations shall shew forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise. If he die, he shall leave a greater name than 1,000, and if he live, he shall increase it. Yet have I more to say, which I have thought upon. For I am filled as the moon at the full. Hearken unto me, O ye children, O ye holy children, and bud forth as a rose growing from the brook of the field. And give ye a sweet savor as frankincense, and flourish as a lily, and send forth a smell, and sing a song of praise, and bless the Lord in all his works. Magnify his name, and shew forth his praise with the song of your lips and with harps. And in the praising him ye shall say after this manner, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season. And none may say, what is this? And wherefore is that? For at time convenient they shall all be sought out. At his commandment the waters stood as an heap, and at the words of his mouth the receptacles of water. At his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he will save. The works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes. He seeth from everlasting to everlasting, and there is nothing wonderful. There is nothing wonderful before him. A man need to say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For he hath made all things for their uses. And his blessing covered the dry land as the river, and watered it as a flood. And as he had turned, and as he had turned the waters into saltiness or saltness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are thy stumbling blocks unto the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning, and so evil things are sinners. So evil things for sinners. The principal thing for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing. The principal things for the whole use of man's life, water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of grape, which is wine, grape juice, and oil, and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinner, they are turned into evil. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. And in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death all these were created for vengeance. Fire, hail, and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Don't be mad when you see shit happening. Don't be mad. It's vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Oh, you got mauled by a bear? Oh, you got shot up? Punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Therefore, from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things, and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season. All the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season. So that a man cannot say, this is the worse than that. This is worse than that. For in time they shall all be well approved. And therefore praise ye the Lord with the whole heart and mouth, and bless the name of the Lord. That was chapter 39. That was Ecclesiasticus chapter 34 through 39 for Rising Scripts. Just waking up and reading, man. Wake up and read. Wake up and read. We'll come back to the next Rising Scripts with chapter 40 through 45. Man, we almost finished with Ecclesiasticus. Oh, shalom. We almost finished with Ecclesiasticus. I'm done. Shalom, my son. Oh, man. Oh, all praises the Most High allowed you to open your eyes, my boy. How you feeling?
Good.
If you have breath to breathe, Mr. DJ, then you have all you need to succeed today, sir. So what do we need to do?
School.
Yes, but what do we
And
need?
bring God.
Succeed. We need to succeed. That's what you have to do. Succeed in little things and work your way up to succeeding in big, son. Succeed. You can. Ooh, you feel good. You feel good to me. Oh, I love you, my son. You feel all right?
Yes, sir.
Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord. Can you think?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you walked, and I know you can talk. So you got everything you need, my boy. You got everything you need. Let me look at you. Let me look at you. Oh, you look good, man. Oh, you look good, my boy. Oh, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. Look at you, man. That's my son. My son. Did you brush your teeth?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good job. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so what do you need to get started on?
School.
Yes, sir. You did a good job last night. I saw you stayed up and finished. Good job. So let's finish. Let's start early so you can finish early so you don't have to stay up so late. All right? All right. I'll come put them on in a minute after I'm done so I can start watching the class. All right?
All right.
We'll get you something to eat too after I'm done. I'll come cook you something. Hey, that was, like I said, that was the book of Ecclesiasticus. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 34 through 39. 34 through 39. The book of SIRACH or Ecclesiasticus has 51 chapters in it. And we're almost to chapter 51, man. We're almost through. We're almost through with Ecclesiasticus. Then we're going to be getting to the book of Baruch. Baruch has 6 chapters. Baruch has 6 chapters. And then we'll get to the rest, man. Baruch. The Song of the Three Holy Children, it only has 1 chapter. We'll read that in one session. History of Susanna, we could read that in 1 session. I like the history of Susanna. The history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon, 1 session. The prayer of Manasseh for sure, that's 1 session. Maccabees is where we're going to have a lot. There's a lot of scriptures in Maccabees, man. 1st and 2nd Maccabees. 1st Maccabees has, well, it's not a lot, but it's a lot of information. 1st Maccabees has 16 chapters and 2nd Maccabees has 15 chapters. Now, there's definitely some good stories in 2nd Maccabees. Bam. Oh. But yes, we'll keep pushing. We'll keep pushing. We'll keep pushing, man. We're going to soon have the Apocrypha read. with rising scripts. As long as we keep doing rising scripts, man, we'll keep pushing through the Apocrypha. We'll finish going the route we're going. Since we already read Wisdom of Solomon already. We already read the Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, Sirach, Baruch. We'll finish it off, and then we'll come back to the beginning. We'll come back to the beginning of the book and finish off first, come back and do first Esdras, second Esdras, and the rest of Esther. Tobit, Judith, and then the rest of Esther. First Esdras, second Esdras, Tobit. The book of Tobit has 14 chapters. Judith has 16 chapters, and Esther only has a couple, like three or four chapters. Still can be done in one setting. Still can be done in one setting. We'll keep pushing. We'll keep pushing. Man, that's been Rising Scripts, man. I hope that it's something out of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, something that maybe stood out to you. Something that maybe stood out to you, man. Or, men and ladies and gentlemen, definitely a lot that stood out to me. Definitely a lot that stood out to me. Hopefully something stands out to you. Hopefully it's something that you can grab and apply to your life, maybe. Use, think on. Maybe you can use in your life, especially like the stuff on counseling. I think the stuff on counseling is for sure. Knowing and keep in mind of who you talk to and who you counsel with. Know for what need that you counsel them and what needs do they have to make sure that they're not counseling you for their own sake. They're not counseling you to go wrong just so they can watch you fuck up. Oh yeah, there you go. He about to fall on his ass. And laugh at you. Know who your friends are and do good to your friends when you have them. In your time of good, you got some good shit going, you got abundance. Don't forget about your friends, man. Look out for your friends. In your time of abundance. So they could be there for you in your time of need. Not to say that is but you treat people good, hopefully they treat you good back. And if you have that good friend, man, hold on to them. Hold on to them. They're hard to find. Good friends are hard to find. Just like a good helpmeet is hard to find. Good counselors, hard to find. Anyway, till next time. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. Shalom, everybody. Catch me on the back end, and be on the lookout for Reading with Shallow. We'll get to we'll get jumping in chapter 13 of the Black Jacobins later on today. Chapter 13 of the Black Jacobins, and then I'll try to do the children's reading time. I'll try to do that. I'll try to figure out a time for that, man. I'll try to figure out the children's reading time. And we could go ahead and get started on some of these children's books. I'm just not sure if I want to count them. I'm not sure if I want to count them on books I assassinate. But either way, we'll see. We'll see. So, shalom, everybody. I'm out here. Shallow out. Get y'all day started, if y'all haven't already.